Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. I know that it has been a little while since I have logged on here and shot a video. I have been so busy with ending the school year. For my teachers out there, hang in there. If your year is not over yet, if your year is over, I am jealous. Mine is not officially over until June 7th, and I am so ready for this time to be up. I've been super busy just trying to clear out my classroom and just make that space really clean for next year and closing out the books. So it's a lot of work entailed into when a teacher closes out the school year with filing and just sending that paperwork on to the next teacher, so everything will be in order where she can kind of pick up where I've kind of closed the box on that student, and she'll know the things that she needs to do for that child to have a successful next school year. So that's why I've kind of been a little bit quiet. If you follow me on my other social media channels, I'm a little bit more active on there, just a tiny bit, not as much more, just because like I said, I've been so busy. So keep me lifted up, saints, because it's hard when people are out of school. My husband is already done, but when you're out of school, someone's out already and you're still going, it is just way more challenging than a normal day. So it's a lot going on at school, but like I said, it's just a lot of wheels moving in the cog and just things that have to take place before you close out a school year. But I'm bringing you a drugstore routine today. I'm going to be sharing just a few new products that I've been trying out a little bit, and just kind of sharing some more of those drugstore gems that I love to share with you guys. The first thing that I'm going to see, my eyebrows are already done, and the first thing that I'm going to be sharing with you is this Boscia. I hope I'm pronouncing this correct. This is Boscia or Boscia. I like the fact that it has a pump on it, and I'm just going to pump a little bit out of that. And guys, I don't use a lot of this product. I want you to see that it's just a little bit there on my skin. And this is kind of like a moisturizer, but it has an SPF in there that I love, because I'm telling you, it is getting a lot more hotter here in Texas. If anybody out there that lives in Texas, OMG, it is hot. The next thing that I'm going to go in with is my Lit from Within, and this is the e.l.f. primer, and this is a mattifying primer, which I tell you guys all the time that I need, just because my T-zone can get very oily very quickly during the day, and my foundation doesn't stand a chance of lasting, and so it can be very annoying to just have this oily T-zone during the day and just try to make it with my foundation. I wanted to talk a little bit about the foundation that I'm just kind of currently liking, and it's just a foundation I've used before as a full coverage foundation, and I'm actually gonna probably just be wearing this foundation during the summer months, just because it is so lightweight. And the foundation that I'm going to be wearing is the Loreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Foundation. I find it to be full coverage for me, but if I were to go back some moments ago in my life, this would not be full coverage, just because I had such terrible face acne and spots, and I'm just recently getting over a little small breakout that I can see here, and then one here. And so I try not to switch my foundation too much. And the last foundation I was using is the e.l.f. foundation, which is a flawless matte finish foundation, which I really love that one as well. But when it comes to these summer months, I'm just definitely reaching more so for a lighter finish foundation that's going to give me the coverage, but doesn't just feel like my skin is just blanketed with a heavy foundation. In order to keep my skin hydrated, I am going to go in with this L'Oreal Hydra Genius Daily Moisturizer. The smell is amazing. It is very thin. It's not something that's super heavy. And I go all over my skin with this. And I just take a dot. You don't need a lot of this. And I do sleep with this on my skin. And once I'm done with this, I'm going to go in with a 3-in-1 primer by Wet n Wild, and this is a Photo Focus in Coconut. And this is something that I spray before I kind of start working on my skin. I love this. It kind of preps your skin for the foundation. There are just a lot of things, and I try to do all the necessary steps just so I know that the makeup is gonna last and I don't have to keep touching up the makeup. So we're gonna start with the eyes here, and I'm going in with my e.l.f. contour. Well, not contour, let's see. This is my e.l.f. Flawless Finishing brush, and I love this because it gets into those little cracks that normally I can't reach with a blender. So I love using this. And guys, I'm putting a little bit of I'm just using the Master Conceal by Maybelline. I am going to conceal with a different concealer today, just because I wanted to try something a little bit different. But what I want to introduce you to today is the Lime Crime plushies. This is something that I found in my TJ Maxx haul recently. When I went over to TJ Maxx, I got this for exactly $5.99, and this actually comes with 4 very pigmented colors, but 4 very beautiful colors. But I'm looking for a really yummy brown that I want to go into my crease with. But before I do that, let me kind of set my eyes, and I'm gonna set them with my NYX HD Finishing Powder. And I'm loving this, and so I just kind of go over my eyes with this to give them a smooth texture and get them to where the eyeshadow will just glide on and not be really patchy. Because this is my first time using these Lime Crime shadows, and I know this was kind of like the thing. I don't really hear a whole lot about Lime Crime now, but I definitely know that in my personal opinion that the eyeshadows are very pigmented and very, very beautiful eyeshadows. I'm going to go in my crease with this Real Techniques blender brush. And this kind of has a little head on it that helps me get into the crease of my eyes. And guys, I'm just going to drag that right there in that crease. And I'm actually using this Makeup Revolution palette. This is the Reloaded palette. And the only color I'm using out of here is this chocolate color here. There are no names on this palette, but there are some beautiful colors inside of this palette. So I am going for like a deep chocolate crease because my lid is going to be so deep. And guys, this is a matte shade. I don't think I'm going to do any shimmers today, but just in the corner. So I'm choosing this darker color just because, like I said, the lid color that I'm going to use is the Dragon Fruit, and it's pretty powerful. And so I want to make sure that I have enough color going on in that crease and kind of dragging that color up towards my brow bone. And guys, I always say that it's a lot of blending work for these shadows to kind of look the way you want them to look. Okay, so we're gonna kind of open up this here, and I'm gonna grab that Dragon Fruit, actually the mango first. I'm gonna grab that mango, and this actually comes off like an orangey, see that, like a dusty kind of orange, a muted orange almost. And I'm gonna kind of go in the lower part of my crease. I will say that these shadows do have a little bit of fallout. Not as bad as I thought, but they do have a little bit of fallout. It's been a very busy week at school. I don't think people really realize how much work teachers have to do to close out a school year. It is like so taxing on the body and the mind, but just with getting kids ready to move on to the next grade level and just getting the meetings, having all the meetings with the parents and just kind of getting them prepared, because you have to have those difficult conversations about whether or not that child is strong enough to go to 3rd grade, whether or not that child needs to stay back. It is just a lot of conversations that can be very uneasy conversations for parents that you don't like to have. So it's just a lot of emotional red tape is how I should call it. So now I'm gonna go in with this dragon fruit, which is this really bright pink. I'm gonna be using one of my Profusion cosmetic brushes. It's just a flat side on that brush, and I'm going to just lay this down right here on my lower lid. Do you see how bright that pink is? Wow. Any fallout, I will clean it up once I am done with laying down the shadow. Once again, this is why I don't put on foundation before my eyes, just because of all the fallout that I could possibly see with these shadows. And I'm gonna go in and clean all that up and do a lot of blending. We're gonna go back into that color out of the Makeup Revolution palette. And what I'm doing is creating a transition between the two. Here I have all of this fallout, and I will grab it. And guys, if we lost any of that color, I will always go back and add it. So that we will have that color kind of come back to the eye. So while I'm working on that, I'm gonna go ahead and add a line, and then I will go back to the shadow because I kind of feel as though it's still going to run away. Okay, so I went on ahead and added that line. I'm sure you guys may can hear my neighbor just begins to want to do his lawn at this time. So, sorry about that noise. So I'm going back in and I'm adding this pink. And I'll even go back and make sure that I'll make sure to kind of go back and make sure that my line is showing up. So these lids are very bright, and making sure that everything is kind of in place with this color. Once again, don't be afraid to try anything, any bright colors or anything like that. I'm gonna give my eyes a spray just because I want to kind of lock in that eyeshadow. It is very kind of dusty, and so I'm finding that it is moving a lot. So giving yourself a little spray kind of locks in the eyeshadow where you want it to stay. And I'm gonna go ahead using my NYX pencil and kind of line my waterline. I love this pencil because it glides on really, really well. Now I'm going in with my Loreal Infallible, and this color I'm taking it in 505. I had someone message me about the color. I'm taking it in 505, and like I said, it's a really, really nice summer foundation. I'm using a Tarte Kabuki brush, and I found that this is really a perfect color for me. I'm gonna do just a tiny bit more, and I mean a very tiny amount. It feels really nice. It goes on very nice. It has a very pleasant smell. I haven't had any breakouts from it. I've been using it for about 6 months now, and I really do like it a whole lot. It is just a really nice foundation, and I'm just really glad I found it. Now guys, we're gonna go in with I'm gonna do a little bit of cream contouring, and with my favorite, the Maybelline Fit Me in 355 in Coconut. And I'm just gonna kind of hit these areas right here. For me, I kind of go in circular motions just because of that's the best contour for my cheeks. You do what works for you, but I like this method a little bit more. So I have not set the foundation yet. I will in a minute. I don't rub. I kind of just pat this because I don't want it to disappear. As you guys can see, I'm still wearing my passion twists in my hair, and I'm loving them. It's very easy. I tell you, I'm not doing hair in the morning, I'll tell you that. So I'm really liking them. It's just very easy for me, and my hair is short under here. You guys know my hair is short. So I'm gonna go in with the black Radiance. Guys, I don't know the color to this, but I will link it down. I'll find it and I'll link it down below. I'm going to warm me up some. gonna go back in with my NYX and make sure to hit these areas before I start concealing. So today I'm actually gonna go in with the flower, and this is the concealer, and this, I have it in the color light. I'm not sure if it's gonna be too light, but we will see. Ooh, that might be a little bit light, y'all. We'll just use a little bit of that. Just a little. So I'm going in with a blender brush. I'm not sure the brand, but I think this is a eco, kind of like an eco one, where it's like eco-friendly. Okay, this is my first time using the Flower Beauty concealer, but I've heard a lot of good things about it. Right off the bat, I can tell you that it is very like drying. It's not a wet formula. It dries very quickly. I can tell that right off the bat. She's barking. We're babysitting. My sister's little Nugget. Hi, Nugget. We're babysitting and she's barking. She's kind of like acting like she's the guard dog. So she's little. Probably no bigger than a little mite. So I'm gonna go in with my Maybelline Fit Me powder, and this is actually in the color light medium. Guys, this powder is really nice. You have to be very careful because if you put too much of this powder, I do find that it will give a little bit of flashback on you. So I would be very careful with how much of this you're using. So I'm gonna cut my contour a little bit, and I'm only gonna cut it with just a little, but I like it because it gives that very beautiful soft picture quality look to your skin. As you know, once you're done putting on your makeup, I'm gonna take a very fluffy brush, guys, and I'm using the Real Techniques brush, and this is their big powder brush. Definitely worth the investment. It's not very pricey at all, but I want to say it could be 10 bucks, I think. So that's an investment to me. So I would definitely, I want to say I purchased this at Target. I definitely, you know, get me one because it's worth it. So I'm dusting all of this away. I'm going to go back in with my bronzer and make sure that I'm bronze enough. And like I said, you have to be very careful with this because it will leave that flashback on you for pictures. So the Flower Beauty concealer, I like it a lot just in first impression. Guys, this is a full coverage concealer. This concealer to me is almost very comparable to the L'Oreal Infallible Longwear Concealer, and that one is full coverage. Okay, so I went on ahead and popped on some lashes, and I'm really loving these lashes. I wore them to church recently, and these are the Faux Mink lashes by Ardell, and they are in the number 814. And I like these because to me they still seem very natural and just very doable. This is a really pretty everyday lash. So if it's something that you think you want to try, I say definitely give it a try. I am really liking these a lot. Now, as far as my blush, I want to make sure that I get a kind of a brown, really yummy blush today. So I'm actually just kind of gonna go in with the Mellow Wine, and I've been using this a lot, and I really like it because it kind of gives off that more brown than pink. I really didn't want a pink blush just because my eyes are pink enough. So, but I wanted this to stand out enough that you guys would notice this color blush. So I'm gonna be highlighting with the Revolution Brick, and this is their Vivid Shimmer Brick in the Bronze Kiss, and I really like this a lot. And I'm just gonna use a fan brush, and guys, I'm gonna go over the whole thing and just hit the very tops of my cheeks. Whoa, look at that. Hit the very tops of my cheeks with this. This is something I found in my TJ Maxx haul, and it is a really beautiful bronzer. I always hit my nose area. I'm going to take a much smaller brush, and I'm going to hit, let's see, where is my little brush? Here we go. I'm going to take a much smaller brush and get right underneath my brow up there, but I'm going to use this color right here to kind of touch underneath my brow bone. I really didn't want the typical white. I think this is absolutely gorgeous. Now I will grab that white right there and go in the very corner, my inner corner, as my inner corner highlight. And it's actually showing more pink because I'm pulling on that pink, that very bright pink that's in the corner. And I still think it is very beautiful. So this will be a date night for me and the mister. And for us to kind of just do our connecting and make sure that I am still in good spirits as I head back to work next week. So I've already kind of hit my lower line with that dragon fruit, and I've put on my highlight here. I'm going to give myself a spray before I put on any gloss. I'm really just kind of going with the gloss today since my eyes are like so dramatic. I love the way this smells. It's so good. I'm just going in with Essence Shine 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 Gloss. And this will complete this look. I know I've been absent. I am gonna pick up as many videos as I can when school is out. I have a few more days. Pray for me as I continue to kind of get through the very end. I've been working on some sponsored campaigns and trying to make sure that I do those to the best of my ability. If I disappear a little bit, it's a reason because like I said, this gets to be my busiest time of year, or I'm doing some sponsored campaigns that require a lot of my attention and detail just to make sure that I'm doing a very good job for those brands. And Make sure that you subscribe to delightfullystyled.com. I have a huge amount of summer content coming. Also, there is a sale going on at Vault 28. Make sure that you look in there. There's just some really fun content coming in the next few months. And not only just fashion, but some home content that I think you guys will really like. And don't forget that if you're not a subscriber of this channel, make sure that you subscribe, hit that bell button so you know when I upload a new video. Those subscribers are coming surely, but surely, surely, surely. And I appreciate you guys that are here with me watching my videos. Until we meet again, I'll talk to you guys again soon. Bye.